G'day everyone and welcome to the Coin Couch. Today I'm here with my good friend Brendan.
Hi Andrew.
How are you, Brendan?
Not too bad yourself?
Very well. Brendan and I used to work together at the Royal Australian Mint. We're having a bit of a coffee and a catch up today, and what better place to do it than on the steps of the original Mint building here in Canberra. Now you know a little bit about this building, don't you, Brendan?
It used to be the old admin building, I believe. We
There
never
you
got
go.
to use this building.
We
will
never did.
No.
How
I think
sad.
it's part of Questacon now, this building. I think schools use this area for little workshops when
Yeah.
they come to Canberra.
Yeah,
So
for
it's good.
the older kids, I think.
But
Yeah.
it's good to see it's still being used.
It's beautiful.
It's one of my favourite buildings in Canberra.
Absolutely gorgeous
Yeah, the
building.
architecture-wise.
And I think up there you can see the Australian coat of arms. I believe that is heritage.
Should be, because
Let me know, I'll
Yeah.
take it home.
I think the Duke of Edinburgh opened this building, so I think it's now in our nation's history.
He
sometime.
did. The Duke of Edinburgh did stand here. Do you remember what day that was?
I think it was the 22nd of February 1965. Yeah.
Just off the top of your head. And of course he gave the address to open the building and therefore the Mint
Back in
at
production.
that time before they started to produce the coins for 1966. My favourite topic at the Mint.
Oh.
Brings me to my first question for you. What was your first favourite topic when giving tours?
Oh, I used to love the Holly Dollar story.
Oh,
Back
yes,
in the
yes,
time when Australia was using rum as a currency, and the soldiers went a bit crazy with the wealth of the rum,
Yep.
because they controlled all the goods. And they led the rum rebellion where they kicked out Governor Bligh, and then Governor Macquarie had to get them all in line.
Yeah.
And I think a convict made Australia's first coins.
That's the part of that story I love.
And he was actually a forger who was sent here as his punishment. So did a good job, because those coins are now very valuable.
Very, very valuable.
Well, Mint's lucky to have two.
We are, and so the Mint has, I still say we. I still don't work for the Mint, but I still feel like I do. You can take the girl out of the Mint, but you can't take the Mint out of the girl. The Royal Australian Mint does own 2 Holly Dollars and 2 dumps, I believe.
Yes, we're very lucky. One of them, I believe, was owned by Sir Henry Parkes. We have paper record. Bought it for like £4, so don't quote me on that. But I remember
wow.
that £4. It would have been a lot of money back in his
Yeah.
time. But today we got it for a good deal.
Yeah, it's a lot of money in our time. So some of my subscribers have heard about the Holly Dollar. I've talked about this coin before and just the funny places that it can be found.
Yeah.
I think the best story that I heard was found at the top of an old Hills Hoist clothesline.
And a tractor as a washer.
Exactly.
A tractor as a washer.
I
But,
just love that.
Oh, but where else are they? Where else are they? Because I need one.
Yeah, I thought you would know. That's why I
don't
had
know.
this catch up.
I
in
don't
the
have a
first place.
tractor.
Oh, the good old days. The good old
yeah.
days. What was your question that just used to, the most common question you'd get asked giving
Free
tours?
samples.
Free samples.
Samples.
Oh, I forgot that one.
No, but we don't give out free samples.
No.
I used to joke around and say the staff every Thursday would get a bag and fill up and there'd be nothing left for the public.
Yeah.
But it's not true. It's not true. All the money goes to the banks. Yeah.
Exactly,
yeah,
so we
yeah.
don't see a bit.
And other questions that you'd get is, what's your favourite coin? Or
Yeah.
how much
So
do you
that's
get
a good
paid?
question.
Yeah.
How much do you get paid? I love that.
Not enough.
Do I
No,
come
no.
to your work and ask how much you get paid? No, apparently not, but it's okay for me to do, or for you to do to me. The other one, the old 5-cent piece. You still getting that question?
Yeah, lots.
Yeah.
But they'll know when we know when they're going to get rid of the 5-cent
Exactly.
coin, because I think you have to get Parliament to change an amendment in the Coin Currency Act. So when the politicians are talking about it, that's when the Mint will find out. I
Exactly.
guess. Oh, yeah. Look, we're not hiding the secret.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
exactly.
But it looks like we're still needing 5 cents for the economy because the banks talk to the Mint and the Reserve Bank.
Okay.
So it looks like we're still making a profit out of them, maybe in a way. So it's still okay to mint them, because back in the days when the 1 cent and 2 cent coin was being withdrawn, it cost more than 1 cent to make
Yeah,
a 1
yeah,
cent. So
definitely.
it looks
Yeah.
like it's still economic to make a
Yeah.
5-cent coin.
I do have to say, recently I was in the US last year. Those the 1 cent pieces
Yes.
are really annoying. So here in Australia, we are very lucky. 5-cent piece is it. Like, that's the minimum.
Yes.
So can't yourselves lucky, because those little 1 pennies floating about are even worse. Well, even in Europe, I've got the 1s and 2-cent pieces as well. So
I remember when I was in Barcelona.
5 cents are nothing.
So cheap in certain shops, like getting a bottle of water for 7 cents, and you have a €1 coin, and they're getting angry that you're not using the 1 cent.
Exactly. What are you doing?
I don't know. We round up.
Organised. There's so many things that I miss about the Mint. What do you think's your best? What's the best thing about working at the Royal Australian Mint for you?
Lots of things. I love all the interesting questions you get, and I love the stories that the people bring.
Yeah.
We have a lot of baby boomers coming to the Mint who remember the date when it actually happened, the 14th of February 1966. I still sing the song, and they still know the song.
Do you sing it as well on your tour?
I do it. Because how I get to it is because I say, what date did Australia decimalise? Because that's one of the reasons why the Mint was built. We had to build the new coins.
Of course, it's a big job.
Make the new coins. And they always sing. They sing the answer to you, like on the 14th of February 1960. And I said, should we sing it?
Yeah,
and
let's
people
do it.
join in.
Oh,
should we do it?
Let's do
Should
it,
we
of course. In come the dollars,
in
in come the cents, to replace the pounds and the shillings and the pence. Be prepared, folks, because the coins begin to mix on the 14th of February 1966. You're a bit more in tune than I am. I think I've changed my tune.
And I think I do a faster version too, because I have to get to the next
Gotta hurry
part.
through the tour, folks. We're trying to get time limit.
No, but I was in New Zealand a few weeks ago, and I was doing some research into when they decimalised. A year later, would you believe we had dollar bill, they had Mr. Dollar. Very similar to us.
Mr. Dollar. Why couldn't they just use dollar bill?
They might have used the same, PR we did.
Yeah,
and they
Dollar.
did have a bit of a jingle. It was, the coins are changing next year. Remember, the coins are changing next year. So it's not as...
I'm going to have to look that up.
I know, I think
That's
it is.
hilarious.
No, but...
The coins are changing next year.
I think it's something like
Remember
that.
the coins.
No, but...
that sounds a bit last minute,
No,
doesn't
you'll
it?
have to go to the Reserve Bank of New Zealand Museum. Really good.
Okay.
Really good. It's free. It's
worthwhile?
And they've got this really interesting exhibition there. But the Mint's is better, of course.
Of course.
I want to know why...
Well, you're there.
Why is New Zealand getting their coins made overseas? Yeah.
No.
Come to Australia.
Yeah, it will help you here. Come on, guys, it's closer.
Bring it
surely,
back. Bring it back.
Surely it would cut down on shipping.
Because we actually have a 5-cent coin in the collection where it has the Queen of New Zealand on the front, and on the back side it has an Australian echidna. Remember that one, the mistake coin?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
One of the
Mistakes.
1 in a million.
1 in a million.
Yeah,
one of my people love that one. Yeah,
it's great. I like the one with the bolt in it.
And one other thing that I remember, the public, what I love about the public is they tell you stories about what happened when they converted. So here's some of the people saying some of their grandmothers or grandfathers didn't want to touch these new coins.
Yeah.
They learned all their life to use pounds, shillings and pence.
Exactly.
And the round 50-cent coin always leads into their favourite. That's because they think they have a bit of history, and they also
they got a bit of
they're
silver.
millionaires.
They got a bit of silver.
Yeah, they
it's
always
great.
want to know the evaluations, but we're not allowed to give evaluations. So,
I cannot actually evaluate this coin. But roundabout, just for people out there, when I worked there, so we're talking 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Gosh, 4 years ago, time flies. It was around $26 then.
Oh,
That's what I was telling
that
people.
80% silver in a coin, and silver prices were going up in the 1960s.
Yeah.
The government had to recall them because it was worth more than the face value.
So there you go.
There's 36.5 million out there.
Yeah.
And I've
got 4.
I've been lucky. I've even when I talked about it with some school kids about the history of this coin, a little girl came up to me once and said, "Is that the reason why my 20-cent coin looks different?" I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Look at this. I got this from the War Memorial." I said, "No, that's a round 50-cent coin."
Yeah.
Someone at the War Memorial used
Oh,
a
it was
round...
just in everyday change.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my gosh, lucky.
I went up to a teacher and I said, "Oh, look, just a heads up, this little one has a round 50-cent
Yeah,
coin.
tell her to
We
keep
just
it.
Can you hold on to it? Because what kids tend to do is, they trade and all that. So
Yeah.
make sure you don't pass this one around."
Yeah.
Yeah, just look after it. She's got a bit of history. I love that in tours where they take what you say to the next level. So this girl's actually listening, and she was making a connection to what I was saying.
That's great.
I think it's called transformation learning in education.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it has got an official term.
I think, don't quote me on it, but...
See, I just remember the kids coming in for a tour, and they'd be like, we're at the Mint.
Yeah.
You know, another tour in Canberra, how long is this going to take?
Oh.
And then by the end of it, they're the ones asking the questions. So
And
just that one face that you
Titan-
changed their reaction, you got them excited.
Titan the robot did a little bit of help too.
yeah, Titan did help. Titan did
You
help.
could give the fantastic
Honorary guide.
You could do a great tour. You gave it your best. And at the end, what was your favourite part? Oh, the robot.
Titan. You love Titan.
Didn't like the song I did. Didn't
Yeah.
like the song.
What about my singing?
Yeah,
Hello?
I know. Maybe that turned them off.
Exactly, yeah. That's Titan
Yeah.
kind of saved you
Yeah.
on that one. I'm assuming that you were a coin collector before,
I was actually a stamp collector.
so just
Yeah.
exclusively stamps.
Stamps.
And now I now
Well,
know
my
that
father
you
was
collect some
My
coins.
father was a coin collector.
Yeah.
But because
Any Holy Dollars?
No. And my father collects. He likes to collect uncirculating 50-cent coins, but I like to collect circulating.
Right.
But Dad does have a couple of
Which is
proof
easier to
coins.
get as well.
Yeah. Well, I find it cheaper for myself. And in 30 years' time,
Hey, you never know.
they're going to melt down the coins. So I'm
Yeah,
trying
that's
to.
a point.
It's a surprise now when you actually get a different design, and there's different mintages on sort of 50-cent coins
Mm-hmm.
and all that. But Mum and Dad are lucky because they have a shop. They can go through
Ah,
that
okay.
change compared to me where I have to
so
go to
you've
the shop.
got great access to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that way.
Mm.
How do you keep your coins when they're at home?
Well, I like to sort them into the years. Try to sort coins into, fine quality to less quality, cleaner. I also try to catalogue them.
Okay.
Because I keep going to the shops going, do I have a 1979 10-cent
That's
coin?
clever,
Because
yeah.
I forget. And I try to keep a certain amount. But I'm getting to a stage now where I'm just collecting anything.
Yeah.
I
like it.
Maybe I do need 10 of them, but I'm not really extreme. I got a feeling that they're not in the best conservation purpose. Like, because coins oxidise also.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I think I sit them on top of each other.
Oh, I'm going to be hearing people cringing. I can hear it.
Yeah. I don't
Out
have
there on
I need to get
YouTube.
those little plastic. I think the Mint actually sells.
Get the capsules and then the folders.
I think they still do, but check the
plastic
website.
folders,
Yeah,
yeah.
check the online
Yeah.
shop because that'd be the best way to do it. It's like with my stamps, keeping them in years and all that. So yeah, but try not to touch them's another one too. Try to touch the coins on the sides.
Gosh, when you think about any kind of history relating to money,
comes back to
currency,
it somehow.
coins, it's insane.
Well, as the
So-
saying goes, money makes the world go round.
yeah, no, but very true. It's very true to life.
Yeah, but imagine, we tell the kids that before money we used to trade.
Yeah.
But how can you trade a couple of cows for a house? You need a lot of them. Yeah, so,
Nowadays, especially.
Yeah, our
Especially in
days,
Canberra.
you need a station.
You do need a station. Well, I'm going to say cheers for today.
No.
I don't think you've got a chance to have a sip yet, but
Oh, I've had a couple. If you can't tell, it's changed in temperature. We've been
It has actually,
It's been
yeah.
about 10 degrees up to 20 degrees in this one interview.
it's 4 seasons in one interview.
Yeah,
That's
well.
the way we do it.
Thank you, Andrea.
It's great to catch up with you, and
It makes
thanks
sense to catch up again.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's always a good time with this guy. Hopefully, see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
See you, viewers.
Bye.